Terry here again. This morning I'm pondering a quote that I read this morning early. It's from James Finley, who is associated with the Center for Action and Contemplation. Richard Rohr founded that organization. And it was quoted in the Daily Email. Profound statement that I probably would not have understood or appreciated or certainly resonated with younger in my faith development, but one that makes a great deal of sense. It just settles in and it sits on a place. James Finley speaks from the second half of life or from later stages of faith development. Here's what he says, and I'll include the quote in the description that goes along with the video. He says, as a person ripens in unsayable intimacies in God, they ripen in a paradoxical wisdom. Again, as a person ripens, they ripen in a paradoxical wisdom. Paradoxical is where you have two things that seemingly don't fit, but somehow they do. Here's what he says. They come to understand God as a presence that protects us from nothing. Let me read that again. As a person ripens, they come to understand God as a presence that protects us from nothing, even as God unexplainably sustains us in all things. This is the mystery of the cross that reveals whatever it means that God watches over us. It does not mean that God prevents the tragic thing, the cruel thing, the unfair thing from happening. Rather, it means that God is intimately hidden as a kind of profound, tender sweetness that flows and carries us along in the intimate depths of the tragic thing itself, and will continue to do so in every moment of our lives up to and through death and beyond. Knowing God, or the divine, or the capital U universe, the ground of all being, however you understand divinity, coming to understand God as a presence that protects us from nothing, even as unexplainably sustaining us in all things. Mystery. Doesn't mean that God prevents the tragic thing, the cruel thing, the unfair thing from happening. Rather, it means that God is intimately hidden as a kind of profound, tender sweetness that flows and carries us along in the intimate depths of the tragic thing itself. That, frankly, just resonates. It's a paradox that is very real, settles in a place that's okay. When I sit quietly with this, I'm not arguing with it. I'm not pushing against it. It's more like, yeah. And what a shift, say, in prayer life or in meditative life or contemplative life, rather than it kind of shifts or expands beyond. Let's put it this way. It expands beyond a desire that, oh, take this away. This is terrible. This is unfair. This is wrong. I don't deserve this. It expands that into, show me what it means to live through this. Show me what it means to be a transforming presence in the midst of this. Therefore, a person going through the tragic can also be a person who is being transformed by it, by some sort of mysterious divine interaction or intervention, or I like the term presence. There's a presence in that person's life, especially as they ripen, as they age, as they continue to go through human development, different stages, different seasons, that there's, in a sense, an acceptance of saying, this is what is. Now, who am I? What does it mean to live through this? Or what is that sweet presence, that sustaining presence that carries me through this? I wonder if you know the divine, know God that way? Do you hope that or believe that God ought to or will or should or generally does protect us from anything negative? Or once in a while allows it? Or can we come to understand God as a presence that protects us from nothing, even as God unexplainably sustains us in all things? Praying for being sustained in the midst of whatever is, acceptance, whatever is. What a profound way to live. And that gets to my little saying that's on the wall that says, all is well and all will be well. All is well, all will be well, because of the sustaining sweet presence. So that's what I'm pondering today. That's what I'm wondering about today. I encourage you to do the same. Again, I'll include the quote in the description that goes with the video. Just give it some thought and see what you think. Talk to you next time.